It's 6 p.m. and I'm going to call the Committee of the Whole to order.
Alderman Party might want to bang your gavel for Chief Gold.
The mayor is out of town on business, and I will be acting as Mayor Pro Tem this evening. Are there any questions on the agenda? If not, then we'll go to agenda item 1, 2021 water treatment and chemical bids. Tony Lodi.
Your Honor,
Yes.
may I make a motion?
Oh, excuse me, we need the
I would like to make a
remote electronic attendance, excuse me.
Right. I would like to make a motion to approve the remote electronic attendance of First Ward Alderman Scott Williams, Second Ward Alderman David Parker, Third Ward Alderman Mike Wendt, Sixth Ward Alderman Kevin Schoonmaker, Alderman at Large Sonia Berg at the Committee of the Whole and Council meetings, City Council meeting of December 15, 2020.
Second.
Motion by Moyer, seconded by Waldron to approve the remote electronic attendance. Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer,
Here, aye.
Schoonmaker, is he trying to unmute or?
I don't see them.
Okay. Alderman Waldron,
Aye.
Alderman Berg,
Aye.
Williams. Is Alderman Williams?
He's working on
Okay.
it.
Aye.
Thank you.
Alderman Parker, Wentz,
Aye.
Potter,
Aye.
please.
Motion carried. Thank you, Alderman Moyer, for catching that. Again, Tony Lodi,
Mr.
Chemical
Mayor Pro
bids.
Tem, on the agenda, I forgot to say, item 5 has been
excuse me.
withdrawn because that was previously tabled until after the 5-year plan, and we haven't gotten that yet. So, the 5-year budget plan. So 5 should be withdrawn. I think that's right, Marty?
That's correct.
if everyone didn't hear that, item number 5 on the Committee of the Whole agenda has been removed. Tony?
I don't think you heard you.
Tony Lodi, you with us?
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you call on me. Your Honor, I'm here this evening to seek our annual authorization to purchase the treatment chemicals for the 3 treatment plants. And as our normal practice, by State Regional Commission solicited bids from their Joint Purchasing Council, and we would like to recommend awarding the bids to the low bidders with the exception of polymer and phosphate. We would like authorization to purchase those as we have in the past on a sole source basis based on the permits that we have to operate our treatment plants with Illinois EPA. And then carbon's a little bit different this year in that we'd like authorization to purchase carbon from the vendor that we've been using, which did not participate in the Joint Purchasing Council this year because they're concerned about their quantities. We can purchase carbon from the bi-state awarded vendor for carbon, but we would prefer, based on a number of reasons, to purchase the carbon from the vendor we purchased from the past 5 or more years. So staff would recommend approval of the purchase of these treatment chemicals as proposed.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Waldron, seconded by Moyer to approve the water treatment chemical bids. Is there any discussion on this item?
Your Honor.
Alderman Waldron.
Tony, what's the price difference between what was bid from Bi-State and what your current vendor is providing you for the carbon?
It's a little bit complicated. The bi-state price is 64 cents. per pound. The vendor that we would prefer to purchase from is 88 cents per pound. However, there is an efficiency with the wood-based carbon that gives us about a 40% improvement in efficiency. And so the bottom line, I think the question you're asking is it's about $500 per load more to have the superior product and the efficiency of unloading that product also.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer,
Aye.
Schoonmaker, oh, I'm sorry, Waldron,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Williams. Alderman Williams. I think you might be muted.
He's muted.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alderman Parker,
Aye.
Went,
Aye.
Potter,
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Motion carries. Item number 2, consolidation and reclassification of utility division employees, Tony Lodi.
Your Honor, this item involves the departure of our sewer maintenance manager from the organization. We would like to propose to consolidate that vacant position with the water distribution manager position. So in part, this item would authorize us in Public Works to work with HR to modify the job description for the incumbent, the water distribution manager, and reclassify that individual to become a utilities field maintenance manager. And then the second part of this item is an exception to the hiring moratorium to give that individual some additional staff. The water distribution crew leader is set to retire next Wednesday, actually. And then also another vacant position is a water distribution worker position. So staff recommends to grant the exception and to consolidate these two positions.
Motion to approve,
Parker.
second.
Motion by Parker, seconded by Waldron. Approve. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Moyer,
Aye.
Waldron,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Went,
Aye.
Potter.
Aye.
Was I supposed to be, Dirk, I'm sorry, was I supposed to be including Alderman Potter in these? Because I don't normally with the mayor. I do.
Yeah, because he votes as an alderman.
Okay, thank you. 7 ayes, no nays.
Motion carries. Item number 3, hiring of a WPC mechanic, Tony Lodi.
Your Honor, the mechanic at our South Wastewater Treatment Plant is also set to retire in January, and he is a critical employee for us given the maintenance intensity at South Slope. We would like to get started on the recruitment of a replacement for that individual as soon as possible by recommending an exception to the hiring moratorium. Staff recommends to proceed with this.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Waldron, seconded by Moyer to approve. Any discussion on this item? Alderman Parker.
So Tony, just so I'm familiar with this, when we hire this position, if it's internal, I'm assuming that'll mean something else will open up and we'll be continually working ourselves down to the entry-level position?
Yes, as positions come open, if they are positions within if other positions within Public Works come open, we will come back to you requesting exceptions as necessary.
So it's quite logical, as a follow-up, Mr. Mayor. So it's quite logical that we'll see you in front of us asking for more and more and more, but really it's just the replacement ultimately of that one position.
Yes, I will let you know when and if we actually fill from outside the organization.
Great, thank you very much, Tony.
I have a question for Tony. Is it okay to proceed?
Go ahead, Alderman Burke.
Okay. The water distribution crew leader that's retiring, how long has he been there?
I believe he's been with us since 2009.
Okay. So is he, okay, so he's just a retirement, he's not doing that early retirement, is he?
No, this is just a standard retirement.
Okay, and then what about the other one that you just mentioned, the other one that was retiring before that? How long has he been with us?
The mechanic at South Slope has been with us. I should know that, but it's in excess of 20 years.
Well, okay. And is that one of the early retirements as well?
No, the early retirement window has closed. These are all standard retirements.
Right, okay. I didn't know if these are part of the ones that were leaving. Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer?
Aye.
Waldron?
Aye.
Berg?
Aye.
Williams?
Aye.
Parker?
Aye.
Went?
Aye.
Potter?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays. Oh, thank you. Alderman Schoonmaker, would you like to vote on that? I don't know how much you were listening in on.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I apologize, that cut out. I'm having some internet issues. What did you say?
We were voting on the hiring of the
I can't, if you guys are speaking, I can't hear.
You cannot hear us? Alderman Schoonmaker?
I cannot hear. I heard you can you hear us, but I couldn't hear anything other than that. I'll try
Are you hearing us now?
around here, maybe.
We're not muted.
I didn't know if you could call in.
Very broken. Yeah, I may have to call in here,
I could
picking
call
up.
my cell phone and just put it.
bits and pieces. Okay, continue without me, and I'll try
Okay,
Thank you.
to get in a different route here. Apologize.
We have 7 ayes, no nays then?
yes.
Motion carries. Item number 4, hiring of a WPC plant operator. Tony.
Your Honor, this item is actually relevant to Alderman Berg's question. I apologize for that, Alderman. We have an early retirement by our treatment operations crew leader at North Slope back in September. And we've discussed this vacancy internally and feel that the best move for us to make now is to fill this as a WPC plant operator. So staff recommends approval to grant an exception to the hiring moratorium to do so.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Waldron, seconded by Moyer to approve. Is there any discussion on this? Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer?
Aye.
Waldron?
Aye.
Berg?
Aye.
Thank you.
Alderman Schoonmaker, are you able to hear us yet? Apparently not.
Alderman Williams?
Aye.
Parker?
Aye.
Went?
Aye.
Potter?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Motion carries. Item number 5 has been pulled. Item number 6, Baker Tilly Agreement. Dirk Price.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Potter. So this item is back to you for ratification and approval of the authority previously given. We move forward. You should also all received an email from Baker Tilly. I think they were going to reach out to you about some questions. So with that, staff recommends formal approval of the process.
Motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Waldron, seconded by Moyer. Is there any discussion on this item? Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer,
Aye.
Alderman Schoonmaker, are you able to hear us? Alderman Waldron,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Went,
Aye.
Potter,
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Motion carries. Item number 7 is the Raycom agreement for the fire station alerting system. Jeff Schneider.
Thank you, Your Honor. I stand before you this evening, council, to request your consideration for the purchase of a new alerting system for all of our fire stations in Moline. This is directly related to the P25 project, which over time you've been made aware of. It's going to be it's a bi-state, bi-county, if you will, project that has been ongoing for several years now. In anticipation of this need, we did begin setting aside funds into a savings account, if you will, in anticipation of this purchase. We believe that it will definitely have advantages in how we can be alerting of the firefighters. It has some cardiac safety mechanisms put in where it stacks tones, thereby waking a sleeping firefighter in the middle of the night a little more softly. The science has shown that that has reduced the stress on the cardiac muscle of those firefighters. We also anticipate that it will shave ideally 30 to 60 seconds off of the response time. Because the system is real time, as a dispatcher takes a 911 call for emergency help, as they type, this system will take that and put it into a computer voice. And so there's some instant savings in time response. We won't have to have that dispatcher put the caller on hold and then do what is the normal process now. So we see some very valid benefits to this system, and staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second, Parker.
Motion by Berg, seconded by Parker to approve. Any discussion on this item? Alderman Parker.
Thank you. Chief Schneider, Chief Galt, anybody can answer this. How's the relationship working? You know, we kind of moved away from one system and moved over to this. We moved over to how's it going? Haven't heard much.
I'm sorry, Alderman Parker, I had a little hard time hearing the entire question. Could you repeat?
How's it going? How's the system working? Is it working well? Just haven't heard too much about it since we moved over to QCOM.
The QCOM dispatching center, I believe, is working well. They have a director that I think Chief Galt would confirm has addressed many of the shortfalls and issues in that organization. And I see nothing but positives coming out of that organization. They are now, I believe, nearly fully staffed with dispatchers, which is a huge benefit to them, obviously. So there have been no issues with QCOM itself.
That's great. I know we had a bunch of growing pains, so it's good to hear that things are going well. Thank you.
Yeah, Alderman Parker, I would concur with Chief Snyder that from the police side, the bumps in the road to establishing the consolidated dispatch center have been worked out. I think Director McMaster has brought a considerable amount of experience and expertise and reputation to that position. And I would say we're very happy with that, both in operations and also the budget as well.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer,
Aye.
Alderman Schoonmaker, are you able to hear us? Alderman Waldron,
Aye.
Berg,
I am getting some audio now that's
Aye. Aye.
Alderman Schoonmaker, are you able to hear us and vote? I'll take that as a no.
Yes, I can. This is Kevin. I can hear you now. Aye.
You can't hear? Okay, thank you.
Okay, Alderman Schoonmaker, would you like to vote on item 7?
Aye.
Thank you. Alderman Williams?
Aye.
Parker?
Aye.
Went?
Aye.
Potter?
Aye.
8 nays.
Motion carries. Is there any other? Marty, informational
I
administrators
have nothing
update.
for you tonight other than to say this is the last meeting of the year. So happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you. Was there any public comment?
There was not.
Is there anyone that would like to offer a public comment? If not, we will close out of the committee of the whole and call the council meeting to order. There will be no invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Williams?
Present.
Parker?
Present. Sorry.
Went?
Present.
Potter?
Present.
Moyer?
Present.
Schoonmaker? Schoonmaker, are you able to hear me?
Alderman Schoonmaker, can you hear us?
He's dropped off the video again. I don't know if he's on the phone or not. I don't think he's on it either.
Alderman Waldron?
Present.
Berg?
Present. Present.
Your Honor, I request approval of Committee of the Whole Council and Executive Session Minutes of December 8th, 2020. Second reading ordinances. Council Bill 3042-2020, an ordinance amending Chapter 20 Motor Vehicles and Traffic of the Moline Code of Ordinances, Appendix 10, parking prohibited at any time, by including 14th Street on the east side from 30 feet north of 20th Avenue and 14th Street on the east side from 30 feet south of 20th Avenue. Council Bill 3044-2020, an ordinance amending Chapter 6, Rights of Way and Public Property Uses of the Moline Code of Ordinances to modify the regulations for facilities located in the public right-of-way and on public property. Council Bill 4008-2020, a special ordinance requesting the county clerk not to extend 2021 taxes for payment of principal and interest for the bonds as listed. Resolutions. Council Bill 1137-2020, a resolution authorizing the Human Resources Manager to execute a policy for United Healthcare to provide a fully insured prescription drug plan for Medicare-eligible retirees and retirees' dependents for a one-year period commencing January 1st, 2021. Council Bill 1138-2020, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to an agreement with UMR Incorporated to provide administrative services for medical and prescription drug benefit claims and administrative services for dental, vision, and flexible claims for a one-year period commencing January 1st, 2021. Council Bill 1139-2020, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to a lease agreement with the Friends of Riverside for the purpose of maintaining and beautifying the Riverside Park Gardens for a lease term of January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2025. Council Bill 1140-2020, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to a lease agreement with Moline Little League for the purpose of maintaining and hosting sanctioned Little League games and tournaments for a lease term of January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2025. Council Bill 1141-2020, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to a lease agreement with QC Elite Soccer Club for the purpose of operating a soccer program for a lease term of January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2025. Council Bill 1142-2020, a resolution authorizing the interim engineering division manager to accept a quote from ITEM Limited Lane Light for custom traffic control equipment for the amount of $8,216. Council Bill 1143-2020, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to an agreement for the disposal of refuse with Upper Rock Island County landfill for 5 years, beginning January 1st, 2021, and ending December 31st, 2025. Council Bill 1144-2020, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to an agreement for the disposal of sludge, yard waste, and bulk tree waste with Millennium Waste Incorporated for 5 years, beginning January 1st, 2021, and ending December 31st, 2025. Council Bill 1145-2020, a resolution declaring city-owned property at 1212 14th Avenue, Moline, Illinois, previously acquired by the city of Moline as residential property to be surplus, and authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to an agreement with transfer of real estate and do all things necessary to convey the property at 1212 14th Avenue to Moline Community Development Corporation, an Illinois not-for-profit corporation. Council Bill 1146-2020, a resolution approving Kimball Complete Care Incorporated's vegetation and nuisance abatement bid proposal and authorizing Corporation Council to execute a contract with Kimball Complete Care for vegetation and nuisance abatement services for the period of January 1, 2021 through December 31st, 2022. Council Bill 1147-2020, a resolution amending budget resolution number 1159-2019 by authorizing various changes to line items in the fiscal year 2020 budget and authorizing the finance director to do all things necessary to complete said changes. Council Bill 1148-2020, a resolution adopting a budget for corporate purposes for the fiscal year 2021.
Motion to approve the consent agenda, Parker.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Parker, seconded by Moyer to approve the consent agenda. Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer,
Aye.
Schoonmaker, Waldron,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Went,
Aye.
Potter.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays. And that motion passes. Non-consent agenda, second reading ordinances. Council Bill 3043-2020, an ordinance making appropriations for corporate purposes for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021 and ending December 31st, 2021.
Motion to approve 3043, 2020.
Second.
Motion by Parker, seconded by Waldron to approve. Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer,
Aye.
Schoonmaker, Waldron,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Wentz,
Aye.
Potter.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Motion carries.
Resolutions. Council Bill 1149-2020, a resolution authorizing an agreement with Baker Tilly US LLP for recruiting services and ratifying nunc pro tunc the action of the mayor and city clerk in executing and attesting to an engagement letter with Baker Tilly.
Motion to approve 1149, 2020, Parker.
Second.
Motion by Parker, seconded by Waldron to approve. Any discussion on this item? Roll call, please.
Alderman Moyer,
Aye.
Schoonmaker, Waldron,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Wentz,
Aye.
Potter.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Motion carries.
And that is all I have this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go around, if there's anyone who has anything for the good of the council. Alderman Williams.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Alderman Parker.
I do. Thank you very much. First of all, Alderman Potter, I'd like to thank you for stepping in. You did a great job tonight as Mayor Pro Tem, so can't be easy, but thank you very much. Secondly, we're down to the wire here on Christmas gifts and any other various holiday gifts that you might want to purchase. Please consider shopping in our Moline stores as opposed to, it's like almost too late to go getting it shipped online. Got to be careful what I say here. getting it shipped online. So please go spend your money in town here in Moline. It's the only way that we're going to be able to be successful, and I appreciate Alderman. I'll pass this one over to Alderman Wendt and his wonderful Christmas sweater. Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Alderman Nguyen.
Ditto, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope everyone has a great season till we meet again next year.
Thank you. Alderman Moyer.
Yes, Your Honor. I've got a few things. A few committees I sit on met over the last week or so, and I just kind of wanted to update everyone. First, from the Affordable Housing, Quad City Affordable Housing Council, they wanted to express gratitude for the $3,500 motion that we made 2 weeks ago. And one of the things that came out of that, the shelter operates, just during the coldest months of the year. They had set up for a capacity of 70. They opened up at 140. It's going to be a long winter, and a lot needs to be done. I asked if they could track where the people come from. 7% of those most previous address was actually Moline. So there's considerable people from Moline being brought there. They did single out our police department for being highly professional and great partners. So I thought I'd pass that along as well. Something else that came up, there is an eviction moratorium currently, but I don't think the information's getting to the people who need to know about it. I don't exactly have a source to back this up, but I was told that they're experiencing record numbers of evictions, primarily among people with mental illness, minorities, people who have trouble speaking English, who may feel powerless to, either they don't know or don't know how to protect themselves against evictions. So this is bearing out then in the numbers at the shelters. So I would just pass along to staff, all the people and the council itself that has authorized money through the CARES Fund for rental assistance and utility assistance. I think we've done a pretty good job. There's more that needs to be done, but I just wanted to express thanks along those lines. The Moline Library I wanted to mention as well. Several things going on there. They have 24/7 Wi-Fi in their parking lot, which is great. Recently, they sent out an annual appeal letter, so if you didn't get it, feel free to check in with Brian Lear, and I'm sure he can get you a letter so that you can contribute to the library. They'd appreciate it. The library also continues to lead the Prairie Cat system in circulation. They're doing a great job there. But in addition to that, there was a citation read by Representative Bustos on the floor of the House of Representatives, acknowledging the hard work by our Moline Library staff, particularly with people with disabilities in partnership with ARC. I guess they have a reading and book club as well as a number of programs that work with people with disabilities. So it was a surprise, and kudos to that whole department. And then finally, I just want to say Merry Christmas and thanks to all the staff. It's just been a great year, and particularly Rod Schick, who's been out working snow, leaves, cemeteries. I've had a number of phone calls the last few weeks about leaves. They're working their way. The crew was working its way through the town, and they were sort of squeezing Ward 5, I think was maybe last. And I went down to check this out in person, and there were, I think your ward was bringing leaves and just piling up along 18th Avenue. There were huge piles. And I went down and checked. The crews that were down there, they're working hard. They do a great job. I think, they really clean the area up really well. They just do a great job. And I got a lot of calls that expressed gratitude for the crews getting there before the snow. And I think I know they're still out there even today, because I think they just got my street today. So I think today, right? So they're out there working still in the snow, and they're doing a great job. And I just wanted to thank them. I know it's a lot of work, and the temperatures are getting kind of bad. And so anyway, Merry Christmas to the staff, and I appreciate all the work that's been done this year, and see you in January. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Alderman Moyer. Alderman Schoonmaker, I don't know if you can hear us or you want to offer anything?
He's on mute.
It's the way the year ends.
Alderman Schoonmaker, are you able to hear us?
Do you have flags? Can you do semaphore?
Probably not. Alderman Waldron.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody. That's all, Your Honor.
Alderman Berg.
She's on mute.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all our council members and mayor and staff. I did get a little bit of piece of some good news today that actually won't be out until Friday afternoon. But again, because of our hardworking staff and again, 2020 was a challenging year for us, but our staff totally knocked it out of the park and really did a great job this year. So something to be really proud of. But especially, we were just awarded. The city of Moline's going to come out Friday, like I said. KJ and Tara and I believe Brad all worked on a grant. They applied for, I believe, $250,000, and they were awarded the full amount. The percentage, you need to get like 100% is what you could get, and I believe they were at 97%. So that's huge, and kudos to them because there were some grantees that weren't even granted. So thanks again, KJ. And KJ, you might want to talk a little. Is KJ on? I believe it's the SMART program, KJ.
Hi there, I am on. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What was that grant for, KJ?
That is the Strong Communities Program. And so we'll piggyback off of the land bank feasibility study grant that we just received about 9 months ago. And so we hope to bring the land bank information to council in January. We're still working through that. We just met with the consultants yesterday on that. But yeah, that is great news. Thank you for that heads up. It was Brad, Sarah, and myself, and then Amy Saunders and Tom who worked on that grant. So, great team. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, KJ. And again, that just shows how, even though a lot of our staff has been working remotely, again, this is an example of they just totally knocked it out of the park, whether they're in the office or they're working remotely. So kudos to our entire Moline staff.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Alderman Berg. From here, I just want to say happy holidays. Thanks to everyone, all my colleagues on the council for all your hard work through this year. Wish you the best. Staff, thank you very much for all of your efforts and everything that you do day in and day out. And that's all I have. Is there anyone on staff who has anything to add? Chief Gold.
Thank you. I just wanted to inform the council that there was not a crisis at Walmart today. You might have seen almost 20 squad cars and police officers down there from 3 to 5 today. We did our annual Shop with a Cop program, which is warms my heart. It's always a very fun and enjoyable and rewarding experience. We had to make some adjustments this year because of COVID, of course, like everyone does. We first started doing a virtual fundraiser over the past several months, so I'd like to thank the community who really stepped up. We actually raised an additional $1,500 through that virtual fundraiser online. We were able to increase the number of children that we were able to shop virtually with and their families to 80. We usually do about 60. So we did shop today for 80 families. And for those of you who don't know how that process works, we usually take one of the children from the Moline Valley School Districts with a police officer at Walmart, go around and shop for their family. They have a list of stuff that they wanted. So this year we partnered with the principals at all the different schools, and they helped them fill out the sheet with some resources off of walmart.com so that they could give us a little bit more details on what they wanted, even SKU numbers. In some cases, the SKU numbers worked. In some cases, they didn't. And we had to make some decisions, like whether or not to buy the fire truck or the police car. I'll tell you which one we ended up buying. But those gifts were delivered or are being delivered by uniformed police officers to those families today. And so again, I'd like to thank both the Moline Police Department staff. We had over 20 police officers that volunteered to do that today. They love it. They love doing this. It's a very rewarding and great community event that we do for the city of Moline. And I'd like to thank the community for assisting us in fundraising and being able to continue and expand that program this year in these tough times that Alderman Moyer already pointed out that there's a lot of people struggling. So we're really excited to be able to provide and help out a little bit more this year. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. Is there anyone else on staff who has anything to add? Is there any public comment this evening? Hearing none, we are adjourned.